Hey, we're here at the Ping Proving Ground. Shane Bacon with Marty Jertson. Marty, just my bag today, not your bag. We're going to look at what's in the bag for 2025 with G440. And before we kind of get to the new woods, I did want to dive into a little bit of the stuff I've been using. A couple of interesting things, and one of them inspired by you is the 56 degree with the wide sole. This was a suggestion by you because you said a little easier on long bunker shots.
Yeah, long bunker shots. You're playing a lot of, I mean, obviously you're traveling around playing golf, but a lot of golf in the Northeast, bent, wet fairways sometimes. The our W wide has, a little more bounce, but a lot more width. So you're going to get that more glide, long bunker shots. And one thing we like to do, we've seen this with our tour players, they'll play their sand wedge with a lot more bounce. Then they'll go, you have the S grind in your lob wedge, but they'll play a totally different grind in their lob wedge, more green side, more specialty shots.
Love the wedges, obviously. Got 4 wedges there. Still playing Blueprint S, basically 9 through 4. Even though I got something that maybe is going to take the 4-iron out. We'll get to it in a little bit. But let's start with driver because, I mean, everybody loves the driver. I've got a couple in the bag that we'll get to, but this is the big boy, the G440.
Yeah, so 9 degree LST, and you have it in the small minus. That's going to take the loft down by 1 degree. CG shifter in the neutral position. And Shane, you've always liked to hit with your driver. You hit down a little bit on it, right?
And trying to get it going.
To play that little cut.
Right to left, yeah, if I can.
And what was the first thing you noticed when you switched to the 440?
Sounds great. I mean, it's longer. I think everybody always talks about distance in terms of new clubs coming out. I just went on a golf trip a couple weeks ago with my buddies. It's all of a sudden you're 20 yards past a guy you were 10 yards past, who's playing a little bit older technology. And that was really the thing that stood out to me is probably picking up 5, 6, 7 yards with it.
Yeah, one of the pieces that's new for you is playing a little bit less loft. That's what we've seen in our testing. That's what we've seen with our tour players. They're playing on average 3/4 of a degree to 1 degree less loft. So when you go get fit for the 440, it's a great opportunity to play around with a hosel sleeve, both our standard settings and our flat ones, to dial in, use the flatness to dial in your centerness of impact, but you might need to fit into a little bit less loft because the CG is lower with all the weight savings from the carbon fly. So the driver's launching higher.
It's so good. I love this thing. All right, so let's get to the Marty Jertson, if you will. The club that you've inspired me to play, and I'm obsessed with it. This is the Thriver, Marty. This is your baby, if you will. The 12 degree Thriver. I don't have a 3-wood in the bag. I've kind of messed around with the new 4-wood because it's awesome with the G440. I played a 4-wood back. I think it was the G20 days. Was that when the 4-wood was around?
Yeah.
But the Thriver's not coming out of the bag. Is this become a thing? Is this now your inspiration?
I just, it's a little bit personal because I was looking at, I've had issues with my 3-wood. 3-wood's a club, you love it, or sometimes you can have issues. You don't want to get up on
It's like your firstborn. You kind of really struggle with it at times. You still love it, but there are times when there's issues.
It's one of those clubs, Shane, I think you were the same, where you get up on a tee box and you're like, oh, this is really a 3-wood shot. But I'm going to hit my driver, right? Even though it might not
squeeze it in, I'll choke down on it. I'll tee it a little lower.
Yes, and so I was like, when do I hit my 3-wood off the ground? Can I play a club off the tee? And we did all this big data mining with our partnership with Arcos. We have access to a lot of data, and we saw that players who drive the ball 300 yards or more, that's our category of swing speed, hit their 3-wood off the ground only about 1 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times, approximately, you're hitting that as a tee shot club. So why not just make a smaller driver, a 3-wood driver, AKA a Thriver.
And walk through some of the specs with it because this is, I literally just say, Marty, you build what I need to play. That's what I asked.
Yeah, so this is a really good recipe that we've used for faster swing speed players. So Tour 75X, so it's very stiff. This is our Tour 2.0 black 75X, pretty stiff torque, pretty stiff in the tip. We got the 12 degree max driver. We got the CG shifter in the fade position, which has tended to work pretty well. But if somebody wants to try this, you can play around with that if you want a more draw bias or not. But you like it a little cut. I like it eliminating the left side. I put the CG shifter in the fade position. You have your sleeve in the dot position. I play mine in the flat dot position. But again, this is up to each individual golfer. I like playing a little bit flat, giving it a little more cut bias. In terms of length, we have this at 43.25 inches. So it's gonna feel lengthwise kind of like a 3-wood.
Totally.
And then swing weight for you, Shane, I think is right at D4. That's what I play mine. Gives you a little bit more heft to it. You can kind of go down after it, hit down on it, get that little cut going.
And can hit it off the ground. I think that's the thing that I love about this. I actually will I'll hit this sometimes start range sessions because I just, you pick it off the ground and smoothing out the swing. So another thing that stayed in the bag, switching into G440 is my 7-wood. Never thought I'd be a 7-wood guy. Been obsessed and been in love with it. Again, I mean, it's a big club for me in par 5s. It's 240, 245, 250, that range. But I got the 7-wood max G440. And I'm just going to be a 7-wood guy for a long time.
Yeah, and I think the spec we have yours at, I think is 41.5 inches, so a half inch shorter than our standard. This is very common, again, maybe for a faster swing speed player. We see a lot of our tour players go, if anything, maybe they go a little shorter than the 7-wood. They just use it to control the spin or hit that distance number.
Yeah, and then here, all right, so listen, I've got 15 clubs in my bag. I don't want to hear all you people chirping. This is 15 clubs. Maybe it's not going to be 15 when I play tournament golf. They'd get mad at me about that. But I'm bouncing right now, Marty, between a 4-iron and the 9-wood. So 7-wood has been my baby, and I've messed around with this 9-wood, and I love the length of it, but it's just fun to hit. It's just a fun club to play with.
Yeah, it's super high fun factor. I mean, it's we're seeing a lot of tour players do it. They'll go to a certain golf. It used to be where, maybe once in a while you'd see a tour player hit a 7-wood or a 9-wood. Now it's commonplace. It's like, okay. And what's changed is that we've been able to control the spin a lot better.
Yep.
We have technology like spinsistency. It's a fancy word for dialing in the curvature of the face so that you don't get those hot spots. Like those hot spots associated with fairwoods and hybrids are kind of gone. We got the left-right bias dialed in. Now you can, again, play a little bit shorter. 9-wood, super fun. I play the 4 hybrid and trade that between my 4-iron depending on the golf course. It's a smart thing to do. If you're an avid golfer out there, it's good and healthy to have maybe 15, 16 clubs, swap them based on conditions.
Yeah, and just make sure you don't, start the round with the 15 clubs. But the 9-wood potentially in the bag for 2025, depending on tournaments, right?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on conditions and if there's high rough or not. And then, of course, you always got to go back to the putter. And, I can't get away from this guy.
Yep.
This is my baby.
Yep. We got the tine. PLD tine, a little bit of toe hang to it because on iPing, I know you have a little bit of face rotation, so you probably like feeling a little bit of that torque. How long has this baby been in the bag?
I mean, I think now it's about 3 or 4 years. I got the kid family initials on the toe of it, and it's funny, I just went on a golf trip, and I think we had 4 of the 16 guys had all the same putter in the bag, and I took a photo of it. But yeah, I can't get out of my bag. One of my favorite looking putters of all time.
And you have the deep amp milling, and we use that to kind of change the acoustics and the sound. What do you like about that on your time?
I mean, just for me, the sound is important. I mean, I don't want to hear a lot when I make an impact. So, I mean, I like the fact that it's deeper and it's a little bit more muted. I just think, again, it's just so beautiful, and I love the finish. I mean, the finish is so good. So, yeah, that's what's in the bag for 2025.